Lionel Messi dazzled once again, leading Inter Miami to a commanding 4-1 victory over CF Montreal at home. His two brilliant goals electrified the stadium and reminded everyone why he's the best in the world. This win was crucial for Miami, especially after a tough Club World Cup run. The team showed confidence and unity, with Messi not just scoring but also creating chances. The energy in the stadium soared after his first goal, a true celebration of football. Miami didn't start strong, they actually went behind early. But instead of panicking, they responded with resilience and determination. Their comeback showed the mental toughness that separates great teams from the rest. This victory was more than 3 points. It was a statement to the league. The players and manager can be proud of their effort and the result. Let's break down how Inter Miami turned the game around. We'll analyze Messi's goals and his overall impact. We'll also touch on the team's journey, including their Club World Cup experience. This win is a turning point in their season. It sets a positive tone for the challenges ahead. For the fans, it was a night of brilliant football led by Messi. The optimism in Miami is real. Let's dive into the details of this memorable match. Inter Miami's schedule has been relentless, with the Club World Cup as a major highlight. Qualifying for this global tournament was a huge achievement, showing the club's rapid growth. Competing on the world stage exposed Miami to new styles and intense competition. The journey wasn't easy. Earning their spot required big wins in regional play. The players and staff worked tirelessly to prepare for the challenge. The tournament demanded peak physical and mental condition, with little time for rest. Facing the European champions, Paris Saint-Germain, was the ultimate test. Miami fought hard, but PSG's quality proved too much. The loss was disappointing, but the experience was invaluable. It revealed the level Miami must reach to compete with the world's best. The Club World Cup was a learning experience, not just a setback. The team returned home with new perspective and motivation. Now they're focused on using those lessons to fuel their league campaign. The world was watching, and Miami showed they belong on the big stage. The next step bounced back stronger in the league. The loss to PSG was tough, but it became a catalyst for growth. Miami's players gave everything, but PSG's speed and skill exposed areas for improvement. The coaching staff analyzed the defeat, focusing on tactical mistakes and defensive lapses. Instead of blaming, they worked together to find solutions. Defensive organization and quick transitions became priorities in training. The team learned they needed to play faster and stay compact against top opponents. These lessons required hard work and adaptability. The match against Montreal was their first big test after the Club World Cup exit. All eyes were on Miami. Would they bounce back or falter? The team responded with renewed energy and focus. They proved the PSG loss was just a setback, not a sign of deeper problems. Their performance showed a team on a mission. The players looked determined to show their fans they had learned and improved. The defeat became motivation, not discouragement. Miami's response set the tone for the rest of the season. They were ready to move forward. The match against CF Montreal started with a shock. Miami looked sluggish, and Montreal pressed aggressively. Montreal's high press forced a defensive mistake, and Prince Owusu capitalized with a powerful finish. Suddenly, Miami was down 1-0 at home. The crowd grew anxious, and the pressure was on Messi and his teammates. Montreal, full of confidence, tried to press their advantage and looked dangerous for several minutes. Miami's defenders had to regroup quickly to prevent a second goal. The early setback tested Miami's character and composure. The home team needed to respond fast to avoid losing control. Montreal's energy was impressive, but it was always going to be hard to sustain. The Miami midfielders began to fight for control, working to settle the game. The early goal set up a fascinating contest. The fans expected dominance, but now they were witnessing a real challenge. The pressure was on for a comeback. Miami's response would define the match. Would they panic or show resilience? The next few minutes would be crucial. The stage was set for a dramatic turnaround. Miami had to dig deep. Inter Miami didn't crumble after conceding early. The team stayed calm, trusting their plan and each other. Leaders like Messi and Jordi Alba encouraged teammates, keeping spirits high. Miami's response began in midfield, where they started to control possession and dictate tempo. Patient passing wore down Montreal's press, shifting momentum. The equalizer came from a set piece, Messi's specialty. A foul just outside the box gave Miami a free kick, and Messi delivered. The stadium erupted as Miami leveled the score. The atmosphere transformed from anxious to electric. Confidence surged through the team, and the fans rallied behind them. Montreal, stunned, struggled to regain their composure. Miami's comeback was built on teamwork and belief. The psychological advantage swung to Miami. This was the turning point of the match. The team's resilience was on full display. Miami now looked in control. The comeback was underway. The match had shifted dramatically. Miami was ready to push for the win. Messi was the heartbeat of Miami's comeback, scoring 2 unforgettable goals. His first, a free kick from 25 yards, was pure magic, curling over the wall and into the top corner. The goal gave Miami the lead and ignited the crowd. Messi's ability to deliver in big moments is unmatched. His second goal showcased his movement and finishing. Jordi Alba made a surging run down the left and delivered a perfect low cross. Messi timed his run, found space, and calmly finished with his right foot. The score was now 3-1 and the game was effectively over. The connection between Messi and Alba, honed at Barcelona, was on full display. Messi's goals were different. One individual brilliance, one teamwork, but both world-class. His presence lifted the entire team. Montreal's defense couldn't cope with his intelligence and skill. Messi's performance was a reminder of his greatness. The fans witnessed something special. Miami's dominance was now clear. The team played with freedom and confidence. Messi's leadership inspired everyone. The match was now firmly in Miami's hands. The comeback was complete. Messi had delivered once again. Miami's win wasn't just about Messi, it was about smart tactics. After falling behind, the manager made key adjustments. Midfielders dropped deeper to help bypass Montreal's press, giving defenders more options. Fullbacks, especially Jordi Alba, pushed forward, stretching Montreal's defense. Alba's runs created overloads and led to dangerous crosses. Messi was given freedom to roam, dropping deeper to find space and dictate play. This made him harder to mark and opened gaps in Montreal's defense. Miami increased their passing speed, moving the ball quickly to tire out opponents. Quick switches of play disorganized Montreal's shape. These tactical shifts, deeper midfielders, attacking fullbacks, a free-roaming Messi, and faster passing, unlocked the defense. Miami's adaptability was key to their comeback. The team's tactical intelligence stood out. Montreal couldn't adjust to Miami's changes. The result was a dominant second half. Smart coaching and execution made the difference. Messi was the star, but others shone too. Jordi Alba's energy and attacking runs were vital, especially his assist for Messi's second goal. His chemistry with Messi is a huge asset for Miami. Alba's leadership and experience lifted the team. For Montreal, Prince Owusu was a constant threat, scoring early and challenging Miami's defense. His strength and finishing ability stood out, even as Miami took control. Montreal's goalkeeper, Jonathan Sirois, made several key saves despite conceding 4 goals. Sirois's bravery and potential were clear against world-class attackers. Miami's goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari, recovered well after the early goal, making important saves and distributing calmly. Ustari's composure helped steady the defense. Key contributions came from all over the pitch. Miami's mix of youth and experience was evident. The team's depth and quality showed in their response. Every player played a role in the comeback. The collective effort was as important as individual brilliance. Miami's squad proved they're more than just Messi. The 4-1 win over Montreal was more than just 3 points, it was a statement. Miami showed resilience, bouncing back from Club World Cup disappointment. The team's mental strength and tactical maturity were on display. Messi's brilliance lifted everyone, but the collective response was just as impressive. The players trusted each other and the manager's adjustments. Miami proved they're not just a collection of stars, but a well-coached unit. This victory gives them confidence and momentum for the season ahead. The connection between Messi and Alba is flourishing. The squad's blend of youth and experience bodes well for future challenges. The fans have every reason to be excited. This win could be a turning point in Miami's campaign. The team has shown they can fight back and control games. Miami's ambitions for the title are clear. The league has been put on notice. The season is just beginning, but Miami has already made a statement.